Tszyu versus Joey Spencer. Let's run these numbers up. All right, so this is a very interesting fight for both fighters for very different reasons. As for Tszyu, after suffering back-to-back losses against Bakhram Murtazaliev and Sebastian Fundora, you do not want to take that third straight loss. With the victory, there's still big fights in the division to be made. You know, Keith Thurman's been calling them out. You got Virgil Ortiz, possibly a Sebastian Fundora rematch. With the loss, your stock drops. I feel like he'd just be a middle of the pack, 154-pound fighter, you know, kind of like a Erickson Lubin. Against Carlos Ocampo and Brian Mendoza, I like the wrinkles that Tszyu showed in his game. You know, nice jab, boxed well, was able to cut the ring off. Against Terrell Goucher, he got dropped early, but he showed he had that dog in him when he was able to get up off the canvas, come back and be victorious. I was thoroughly impressed when he took on Tony Harrison. Now, Harrison is a slick, tricky fighter with a nice jab. You know, Harrison came in using his jab, his footwork, and his movement. But Tszyu was able to cut the ring off, walk him down, and hit it with some big shots. Now, against Sebastian Fundora, I thought that he won the first 2 rounds. I like the way he used his jab to get on the inside. But at the end of the second round, suffered a vicious cut. From then on, his vision was clearly impaired. He couldn't see, it was clearly bothering him. That being said, I still thought it was a competitive fight. You know, I wouldn't be mad if it was ruled a draw, but Tszyu came up short. Now, against Murtazaliev, I think he came in with the wrong game plan. I think he thought he was gonna walk Murtazaliev down, bully him, and knock him out. Now, Tszyu hit Murtazaliev with his best shots, but Murtazaliev showed that he had a nice chin. And Tszyu couldn't take Murtazaliev's shots. You know, I thought he should have boxed the same way he did in the first 2 rounds against Sebastian Fundora. Now, as for Joey Spencer, this is an interesting position for him. You know, got his first crack at an elite fighter against Jesus Ramos Jr. a couple years ago, but he came up short. At one point, he was a darling over at PBC, but ever since then, he kind of disappeared. Now, before the Ramos Jr. fight, had some solid wins. Since the Ramos Jr. fight, has had some solid wins. But Tszyu, even with the back-to-back losses, he's still a top 10 guy at 154 pounds. So this is a chance for Joey Spencer to make his statement in the division. You know, he's still young, only 25 years old. You know, solid resume, but you don't want to be the guy that keeps coming up short when you step up to that elite competition. But you guys let me know what you think about this fight. Takes place April 6th in Australia, April 5th here in the States. But who you guys got going in the comment section? Subscribe, follow, like, comment, and share that thing.